To find your mail or email or click to email, whatever you want to call it, simply go to the left hand side where it says add element and click on it. From here, you're going to simply go down to the business section and find where it says email. Here is your email button. What you're going to do here is simply drag it and drop it to the area you want it to be. Now, if you noticed, it's basically a button, okay? And what you see here is text on a button. You can name it whatever you want to and put in your correct email address. Now, like I've said before in a few other videos, if you're going from one site to this site, we have basically already started it for you if you've wanted us to. So all this information should be correct, but I always say, please go back and check your information. If you're starting from scratch, make sure you put your correct email address in here. Now this button is basically like all the other buttons, like the button video or the click to call or the click to map. I want to say done for now because you are able to actually edit this individually. But one thing I do encourage everybody is to try to make your site as consistent as possible. You could make some things pop out. For instance, if you look at the top here on the right, you see that our navigation is one size. And down below we see order and login is bigger than contact. That was done on purpose. That's a little pop. But as far as your buttons and certain elements, you kind of want to try to be as consistent with that as possible. And in doing so, what I have talked about in a few other videos, it's under design. It's how to make sure that all of your buttons are the same universally. So yes, you could actually edit this independently and go through all of the design here that you want to. But my suggestion here, especially for your buttons, is once you're in design in the menu area, go down to where it says buttons. And from here, once you select one of these guys, it's going to affect all of your buttons. When you customize it and change colors, it's going to affect all of the buttons. So this is done universally. You know, this is one of the great things I like about this platform is that if I want to do everything universally, I can. But if I also want to go in here and do something individually, I can do so as well. And I know that each time I insert a button or a click to call or an email as such, anything that deals with being a button, I know it's all going to be formatted the same way. Yes, when I went here in design, I made sure that all these buttons had shadows. I made sure that when I hovered over one of these buttons, it would change. So I really don't have to do much here. And this is fantastic. If you want to add this email or any other element to any other part of the site, simply come and copy it. And just go anywhere and just paste it where you want it to be. You can set it as an anchor. If you don't want to see it on certain devices, you can hide it on those devices. And it's very, very easy to do. So this is what I suggest. One of the things, by the way, that it doesn't do is it does not alter the width. So what I would need to do here is go in here and play with the width of the button if I want a different width. That is one thing that it's not going to do over here in the buttons area. So if I go to design, excuse me, my voice is a little bit hoarse. When I go into customize here, you could tell that there is no way for me to mess with the width for my button. There's no options here. So that is, by the way, something that you have to do, either coming through here, going to edit, then going to these options underneath more, or by the way, you could do the alignment and the CSS as well. Or what you would do is simply like anything else, just click on it and just drag it from the corner out. Up and down will expand the height. Pulling it in is messing with the width, of course. I can move it around left to right by using the left box. And if I want to move it up and down and change position, I can do it like this. Very cool, very simple to do. I think you'll have a lot of fun understanding how these buttons work once you get into it. But this is how you actually insert your email. But make sure, whatever you do, that your email address is correct so that when somebody goes to email you, that it's actually going to come to you. Thank you.